Welcome back. This is how much Instacart drivers are making recently during coronavirus. We pulled some massive amounts of earnings data from more than 105,000 Gridwise drivers, and we got you this data right here. $20.72 per hour median in the month of April, specifically April 13th. Now, look at this first graph over here. We got March 30th all the way through April 27th. We hovered 1615, 1791, rising to a peak of 2072, back down to 1717, and then 1734, finishing the month of April. Compare this to, look at this huge valley, this drop, all the way to 1235 for rideshare earnings. Now, you might be wondering, well, why did it drop? Well, coronavirus, duh. Nobody was taking rides except essential workers, right? So rideshare earnings national median, February 24th, $19.36 across all of our Gridwise users. This is actually a little higher than, I would say, the true national median because, shameless plug, we work for Gridwise. The typical Gridwise user makes more money. Now, that's for a multitude of factors. If you're a Gridwise user, you're typically not a newbie driver. You exemplify, on average, more of a veterancy. Just think about that from any other normal situation. When you first get into a hobby, you don't really look into things that optimize your hobby, right? You don't want to jump completely into the pool. You test the waters out, and that's the same thing for rideshare driving. For most people, when they first start rideshare driving, they test it out a little bit. What happens is once you really start getting interested in rideshare driving, you really start to think about, man, I really want to learn some new strategies and minimize and maximize all kinds of variables. How do I make the most money? How do I turn this into something that I can really focus on? That comes with more time spent on the platform. So naturally, to when you start to think that way, you start to look at rideshare apps like Gridwise, like our app, which makes you more money. So that's one factor is you're already a veteran driver. So veteran drivers tend to make more, or more serious drivers tend to make more than less serious drivers. Second reason is at the time we provided you before coronavirus shut down everything, airport supply and demand, as well as events data. So with that, in addition to shift tracking, and knowing how much you earn across different platforms, you can see all of these 4 points come together and coalesce into essentially making the driver more money. So our drivers who use Gridwise, I would say national medians were a lot higher than true medians. That aside, even our drivers dipped so low below $13 per hour. And I would say when peak fear hit our country, which is middle of March, when things started to really shut down, March 16th, $12.35 median per hour earnings. But take a look at March, just like a couple weeks later, $16.50, much higher than the $13 or $14.76 you see for rideshare. This is Instacart, man. Grocery delivery. $20, $17, it just kept rising. So this makes total sense because people still need to eat. Restaurants are shut down. How else are you going to get food, guys? Ding, ding, ding. You have to shop for groceries. So this makes total sense. There was a huge spike in demand for grocery delivery because of those two reasons. People still have to eat. The restaurants are shut down. Actually, 3 reasons. The third is a lot of people don't want to expose themselves to grocery shopping. They don't want to be out in public. So here comes Instacart to fill that void. And I don't know if you remember, there was a news article back a month ago. Instacart wanted to hire an additional 250,000 grocery delivery contractors onto their platform. That's 250,000 jobs right there. So what does this mean for you that are watching this? If you have not considered grocery delivery, especially in the time of coronavirus, take a look at the cold, hard numbers here. You're going to make more than rideshare driving. So if you're a rideshare driver that has not considered delivery, consider it now as a viable second avenue for making money. All right, guys, that is the main point of this article. Again, we spent a ton of time on this blog. It is super insightful, very, very helpful. Make sure you check it out. Link in the description below. And stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.